the clouds. FNOK got a limited round. I play for the Clippers, always in the towns. Fidelity, Navy, kick me all accounts. Dancing with bullets for running his mouth. TBO demon, come shoot me about. Kicking the door and I'll run in your house. Right hand clicker, call me Jalen Brown. That back door open, nigga, this shit foul. Even my cousin could get flicked down. Look at my eyes, I ain't playing around. Like, look at my eyes, I ain't playing around.
What's good, YouTube? I'm Jock, also known as Jock Made It. Today I'm going to be showing you how I mix artists who rap on dark jersey, drill, and jerk drill. All these categories are within the drill genre, so they require an aggressive and more gritty sound. Let's get to the mixing. The first thing I would do when tracking an artist is making sure that their beat is level. It's important because you don't want any distortion or any bass heavy elements clashing with your lead vocals. Next, I will make sure your artist vocals are level. I like to use my emulation of a popular studio chain, the Need 1073, the Tech CO1B, and the classic LA2A. I use these plugins to track my vocals so that when the artist gets close up to the mic, yells, or whisper, their vocals still keep their dynamic range. This is to avoid any kind of clipping or weird artifacts from the mic that you will hear in poor quality recordings. After tracking, I go into surgical mixing, where I EQ, DS, and compress my vocals so that they're processed onto the beat. After the surgical mixing, I will go ahead and add my effects, any chops, delays, reverbs, throws, all that. Lastly is mastering, where you go ahead and you bring the beat's volume up, making sure everything is loud and clear. But since that's a little more on like a technical sense, I'll probably save that for another video. Now that I told you my steps on how I will go ahead and mix, let's actually show the process. First things first is leveling the beat. Gotta make sure your beat is of recording threshold so that your vocals can actually stay in there without getting overwhelmed by the beat or having any extra distortion that can affect how you record. Let's take a listen here.
Starlight lied to you just now. She did. I don't make mistakes. I'm not just like the rest of you. I'm stronger.
No.
I'm smarter.
Turn that up.
I'm better.
Match.
I am better.
Now that we heard that, we can tell that the beat is really loud and it's going to go ahead and affect, our artist's ears. Although in a real sense, artists like to hear, the beat loud in their ears, but when it comes to mixing, you have to make sure, you actually give them quality. So let's start with turning the volume down on the actual beat. So I'm going to bring this down around like 8 dB-ish. Now let's go back and listen to it.
Starlight lied to you just now. She did. I don't make mistakes. I'm not just like the rest of you. I'm stronger.
No.
I'm smarter.
Turn that up.
I'm better.
Match.
I am better.
Now, pretty sure you can hear that was a night and day difference. The next thing I'm gonna do after that is make sure that my artist vocals, is leveled. So let's go ahead and take a listen here.
That's emergency sounds. 30 start barking. 30 start barking, flicking niggas down. Back door open, you get put in the clouds. FNOK got a limited round. I play for the Clippers, always in the towns. Fidelity, Navy, kick me all accounts.
Now that we heard the vocals, we can start on the mixing process. The dry is clear, but it's not processed. So let's focus on doing our EQs, de-essing, and compression. Okay, the first plugin in my plugin chain is EQ. When I actually mix, I don't use any of these gates, mics, any of these other parameters because I kind of followed them down later on in the line. The only thing I focus on is the EQ. So as you can see, I did a small duck from a 200 here. I did another duck from a 700. I did duck from the 1.5 that's usually around like, your clarity mark. And then I also did another duck around the 2.5. That's around that, the actual vocal presence. So this is what it sounds like without it.
That's emergency sounds. 30 start barking. 30 start barking, flicking niggas down. Back door open, you get put in the clouds. FNOK got a limited round.
And this is what it sounds with the actual EQ on.
That's emergency sounds. 30 start barking. 30 start barking, flicking niggas down. Back door open, you get put in the clouds. FNOK got a limited round. I play for the Clippers, always in the towns. Fidelity, Navy, kick me all accounts.
As you can see, there was a lot of clarity that got boosted there, and there was a lot of mightiness that got removed. That's really all you want in vocals. especially for something like this where it has to be aggressive and gritty. That's the main thing you need. People love to hear clarity. All right, next I have following is another EQ, because the way I mix, I don't like to do all my EQing at once, because there's small little things that you can change in a vocal just to boost its presence, make it more powerful in the mix. What I did here is I did a low shelf of 124 hertz. I did a little dip from the 220. That's usually where your vocal has that boominess. And then I did another dip from the 400. This is just so I can get rid of some boxiness. Now let's go ahead and hear it dry, and then we're gonna hear it with the actual plugin.
That's emergency sounds. 30 start barking. 30 start barking, flicking niggas down. Back door open, you get put in the clouds. FNOK got a limited round. I play for the Clippers, always in the towns. Fidelity, Navy.
Now we're gonna hear it with the plugin.
That's emergency sounds. 30 start barking. 30 start barking, flicking niggas down. Back door open, you get put in the clouds. FNOK got a limited round. I play for the Clippers, always in the towns. Fidelity, Navy. Kick me all account.
Now I don't know if you noticed, but all this low end that was over here is pretty much gone. It's being tamed. And then over here you can see that I have a dynamic EQ, so it's dipping down every time the low end hits a certain threshold. You can see it right here. Example.
Dancing with bullets for running his mouth. TPO demon, come see what we about. Kicking the door and I'll run in your house. Right hand clicker, call me Jalen Brown. That back door open.
Whenever the artist goes ahead and peaks, it'll bring it down so that it stays tame. Now we're gonna go to compression. This is a well-known LA2A emulator from Waves. It's a very good compressor. I mainly use it for volume and just a little bit compression on the vocals so that it stays within the actual beat. So we're gonna hear it without it, and then we're gonna hear it with the actual plugin.
That's emergency sounds. 30 start barking. 30 start barking, flicking niggas down. Back door open, you get put in the clouds. FNOK got a limited round. I play for the Clippers.
Now with the plugin,
That's emergency sounds. 30 start barking. 30 start barking, flicking niggas down. Back door open, you get put in the clouds. FNOK got a limited round. I play for the Clippers, always in the towns.
I have this compression on mainly because the EQ I did earlier, I boost a lot of frequencies up. So I wanted to actually tame that and make it sound more cohesive. Now we're gonna go to a de-essing. This plugin is also from Waves. This is just the Waves de-esser. I use it mainly to tame those harsh high-end frequencies. A lot of times it's good to have high-end, but having too much would be really ear-piercing. And it can cause people to get headaches, and it can also sound really weird in, phone speakers and car speakers. So you have to find a way to actually tame them. And the best way to do that is with a de-esser. There's a lot of de-essers you can get out there, but this is the one that I prefer. Now we're gonna listen to the vocals without the de-esser, and then we're gonna listen with the de-esser.
That's emergency sounds. 30 start barking. 30 start barking, flicking niggas down. Back door open, you get put in the clouds. FNOK got a limited round. I play for the Clippers, always in the towns. Fidelity, Navy. Kick me all accounts.
All right, now we're gonna listen to it with the de-esser.
Emergency sounds. 30 start barking. 30 start barking, flicking niggas down. Back door open, you get put in the clouds. FNOK got a limited round. I play for the Clippers, always in the towns. Fidelity, Navy. Kick me all accounts.
As you can see, a lot of that high end just got removed. Now, if I left it like this, it would be bad. But later on down in the plugin chain, I do bring the high up. The whole point of messing around with EQ and compressing it so you get that perfect sound, that perfect process sound. So you EQ, squash down your changes, add more EQ on to just level it out, squash down again, and you pretty much just repeat that pattern until you actually go ahead and get what you need. All right, now we're on to the next EQ. As you can see, I did another low cut. This is around 50. This is just to take out any rumble, anything extra that came from what I just added on. Now these three EQs, they're meant to just cut out the mightiness that I just boosted. And then this right here is to bring down a little more high end because I'm about to add more clarity, so I don't want it to just be really bright. This EQ is pretty simple. There's nothing crazy going on, but as you can see the pattern, I'm just EQing, compression, EQing, compression. Depending on how your workflow is, it changes how you mix, but at the end of the day, you're still just trying to find that process sound. Now I'm going to another compressor, but this is a multi-band compressor from Waves. It's called the C4. This compressor is like a dynamic compressor where you go ahead and set a threshold and it will squash whenever the vocals reach past a certain point. Now we're gonna hear it without the C4, and then we're gonna hear it with the C4.
That's emergency sounds. 30 start barking. 30 start barking, flicking niggas down. Back door open, you get put in the clouds. FNOK got a limited round. I play for the Clippers, always in the towns. Fidelity, Navy, kick me all accounts.
Now, what the C4?
That's emergency sounds. 30 start barking. 30 start barking, flicking niggas down. Back door open, you get put in the clouds. FNOK got a limited round.
From what you can see, the vocals got dropped down, mainly in the presence area. This is so that when the artist is rapping, their vocals is not standing on top of the beat, but it's actually staying within the beat. Now let's go on to our next EQ. Alright, this is my next EQ. This is a Pultec mid-range EQ. I don't touch any of these parameters over here. I literally only use it to boost up a little bit of the mids. I'll give you a small little example right here so that you can actually understand what's going on through.
That's emergency sounds. 30 start barking. 30 start barking, flicking niggas down. Back door open, you get put in the clouds. FNOK got a limited round. I play for the Clippers, always in the towns. Fidelity, Navy, kick me all accounts.
As you can see, all that clarity that I took away earlier, I just brought it right back. Now that I have my low end tamed and I have no more muddiness, I can start boosting clarity in the vocal. Now we're going on to our next EQ. This is another Pultec EQ. This one I use to bring out air. At the end of like the EQ range, you have your clarity and then you have air. Air is what really gives that sheen sound to the vocals. It gives it that clarity without it being too harsh. So this is what this plugin is basically doing. It's reducing it and also bringing it back in. Now I'm gonna play the vocals without it and I'm gonna play it with it.
That's emergency sounds. 30 start barking. 30 start barking, flicking niggas down. Back door open, you get put in the clouds. FNOK got a limited round. I play for the Clippers, always in the towns. Fidelity, Navy, kick me all accounts.
Now with it.
That's emergency sounds. 30 start barking. 30 start barking, flicking niggas down. Back door open, you get put in the clouds. FNOK got a limited round. I play for the Clippers, always in the towns. Fidelity, Navy, kick me all accounts.
It's a small difference, but if you listen closely, you can hear. Now that's over. That's pretty much, you know, the EQing, the compression, all the real mixing techniques for your main vocals. Now let's listen to the vocals with the beat.
Match.
I am better!
That's emergency sounds. 30 start barking. 30 start barking, flicking niggas down. Back door open, you get put in the clouds. FNOK got a limited round. I play for the Clippers, always in the towns. Fidelity, Navy, kick me all accounts. Dancing with bullets for running his mouth. TBO demon, come see what we about. Kicking the door and I'll run in your house. Right hand clicker, call me Jalen.
As you can see, it sounds clear. It's sitting right in the beat. Nothing is being overpowered, and you can still hear him really, really clearly. Now let's go to the effects. All right, the first effect I'm going to show is the infamous demon dubs. If you listen to a lot of drill songs, you can hear that artists sometimes will emphasize their words with doubles that are pitched all the way down. They sound like, you know, demons. So I'm gonna show you how my demon dubs sound and what I use to actually make them.
That's emergency sounds. 30 start barking. 30 start barking, flicking niggas down. Back.
As you can hear, it's sitting right below the main vocals, but you can, you know, it's still pretty loud. Now, what I use for my demon dubs, I just use a basic EQ. I pretty much cut it as if it was like an ad-lib, so that it's not overpowering the vocals and it's only hitting that mid-range area where, you know, there's presence and clarity in your vocals. Next, I use a pitcher plugin. You can use any one, honestly, but the one I personally use is the Waves Vocal Bender. That's pretty much all it is to it. You can also add, you know, reverb onto it as well, but I tend not to. I like keeping drill songs dry because that's how you really get that gritty sound. The next effect I want to show you is a reverse reverb. It stutters in the vocal. These aren't really hard to do, but when done perfectly, it can make or break a song. Now, let's listen to the example. As you can see, the stutters faded into the main vocals. Now, I'm gonna show you how it's pretty much done. So, first thing you would do is you'll go ahead and take this part of the vocal, just copy it and paste it. Then you paste it again, and then again. You can come up with small little patterns to go ahead and make, you know, different kinds of stutters. But in most cases, people usually do this right here. They will go ahead and bring the volume down and then have two other ones in front of them so that it fades into the vocal. And then that's how you pretty much get this effect. Now, the next effect I'm going to show you is a reverse reverb. To do this one, it's a little bit tricky. So what you will do is you'll go ahead and take just, you know, a part of a sentence. you go ahead and copy it, and then you drag it out and go up to your audio suite, your reverb, any reverb that pretty much allows you to reverse it. You go ahead and you just reverse the audio. The audio is reversed. You can either let it play normally, or what I did in this instance, where I pretty much slid the vocals to where it's about to say its line, and then I just cut it off and I fade it out. Really simple, and you come out with this cool effect right here.
Back door open, nigga, this shit foul. Even my cousin can get flicked down. Look at my eyes, I ain't playing around. Like, look at my eyes, I ain't playing up 2-3 shots.
Now another effect I can show you is what I would call a verb throw. I usually keep these vocals in my background vocals so that when I actually put reverb on them after the main vocals. And in this example, I laid down my verb throw and then I threw a reverse reverb right underneath it so it fades back into the vocals. So you see I have a little dip here, a little chop in the beat. So I'll play that for you so you can hear what it sounds like.
Let me leave on deliver. I make a promise, nigga, I deliver. I'm doing bullets like I played a pitcher. Is a man down cause my niggas quicker. That's emergency sounds. Dirty start barking. Dirty start barking, flicking niggas down. Back door open.
And once you get the timing of like where you want to put your effects, you can really make the song sound like a hit. Small little effects, enough mixing, and you have an industry sounding song. It's really that simple. Now, the last thing that I'll be showing is delays and reverb. First thing I'm gonna pull up is my reverb. Reverb is really important in a lot of songs, and not having reverb can make your vocal sound real dirty on like the mix. In some cases, that's good. In a case like this, I wanted his vocals to really sit inside the beat and really feel spacey but aggressive at the same time. So here's the vocals without the reverb.
That's emergency sounds. Dirty start barking. Dirty start barking, flicking niggas down. Back door.
And here's the vocals with the reverb.
That's emergency sounds. Dirty start barking. Dirty start barking, flicking niggas down. Back door open, get put in the clouds. FNOK got a limited round.
It may not sound like much, but just having reverb can give that illusion that the vocals are sitting better within the mix. Now the last thing I'm gonna show you is delays. I usually only use my delays for ad-libs, unless I'm doing like verb throws where I'm actually throwing like delays inside like my main vocals. Only use delays for the ad-libs. So let's say like they have the intro for
The
example.
rest of you, I'm stronger, I'm smarter, I'm better, I am better.
As you can see, small little delays can add ambience and ear candy to just the song in general. When you mix all these steps that I told you together, you make a fluent song. And that pretty much concludes everything that, I don't taught y'all. It's really simple, mixed drill beats. There's nothing crazy. So that'll be all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, and that'll be the end of the video.